There is a living, breathing resident of Earth who was already decades old before Abraham Lincoln took his first oath of office. This same creature was alive well before the iron for the Eiffel Tower was even forged. Take a guess in the comments. What year do you think the first ever photograph of a person was taken? While you're down there, drop your current city in the comments so we can see how far this story is traveling. That first grainy image was captured in 1838. When the shutter clicked, our subject was already 6 years old. Meet Jonathan. He is a 400-pound giant tortoise living on the remote island of St. Helena, and he has outlived every human who was alive on the day he hatched. Most complex organisms follow a predictable path of senescence, the gradual weakening and deterioration of the body over time. But Jonathan follows a different pattern, maintaining his health and vigor without the typical degradation of old age. Yet, despite these extreme genetic defenses, he recently came within days of starving to death, the victim of a completely avoidable nutritional crisis. A few years ago, Jonathan's health took a sharp turn. His keratin beak became soft and crumbly, leaving him unable to scythe through grass, and effectively leaving him to starve in a field of food. Veterinarian Joe Hollins diagnosed the issue as severe malnutrition. He began hand-feeding Jonathan fresh fruit and vegetables to boost his intake of vitamins and minerals. I'll give you a hint. Jonathan has a favorite fruit that he eats so eagerly it often gums up his mouth. Can you guess what it is? It's the banana. This intervention rejuvenated his beak and body, allowing researchers to finally investigate the internal mechanics of his longevity. Stabilizing his diet allowed scientists to move past external health issues and begin analyzing his cells to address the medical mystery of why he doesn't age like we do. Researchers at the Vanderbilt Medical Center began sequencing Jonathan's DNA, looking for the specific instructions that keep him alive. They focused on a process called methylation entropy. You can think of this as a biological spell checker. Every time a cell divides, small errors can appear in the genetic code. In humans, this spell checker loses its accuracy over time. We accumulate mutations and errors that lead to tissue decline and age-related diseases. In Jonathan, this system remains remarkably efficient. His cells continue to identify and fix these errors, specifically within his mitochondria, the energy factories of his cells, even at 194 years old. Because his maintenance is so high, Jonathan is effectively immune to a disease that kills millions of humans every year. Do you know which one? It is cancer. And while you're in the comments, do you remember the name of those cellular factories we just mentioned? By maintaining the integrity of his mitochondria, Jonathan's cells offer a working model for how biological systems can actively resist the decay we typically associate with the passage of time. But while the scientific community was using his DNA to study human survival, a corner of the internet was busy trying to profit from his death. In April 2026, a fake account posing as Jonathan's vet announced that the tortoise had passed away. The post quickly went viral, using the hoax to solicit Bitcoin donations from grieving fans. The report sparked such a global panic that the governor of St. Helena had to personally go out into the grounds of his residence to confirm the tortoise was still breathing. He found Jonathan exactly where he should be, completely oblivious to the digital drama, peacefully sleeping under a tree in the rain. Surviving a modern crypto scam is a strange milestone for a 19th century reptile, but his personal life holds one more detail that caught his caretakers by surprise. For 26 years, Jonathan has enjoyed a close, physically active relationship with his long-term partner, Frederica. When vets finally examined Frederica to see why the pair never produced any offspring, they discovered a simple reason. She was actually a biological male, now renamed Fred. Type the name of Jonathan's long-term partner in the comments to see if everyone else was paying attention. Jonathan, for his part, hasn't let the news change his routine. He continues to live a low-stress life centered on his favorite companions. This unbothered lifestyle, prioritizing rest, high-quality nutrition, and social bonds, complements his genetic advantages to create a unique example of extreme longevity. Jonathan persists as a living archive of survival on a small volcanic island in the South Atlantic. His specific gene variants and DNA repair pathways are being analyzed as a foundation for next-generation human medicine. Identifying how his cells bypass the mutations that cause disease could change the way we treat cancer and manage our own lifespans. Jonathan is living proof that with the right biological maintenance, time is just a measurement, not an inevitable decline. Share this video with a friend who wants to see the 22nd century. Hit the subscribe button before the timer runs out, and click the video on your screen to keep learning.